going to do peppermint mocha tonight. I don't know. It still says it's starting. Hang on. Let's see if it's working. It's working! All right. La, la, la. 2, 1. Okay, la, la, la lattes. We're doing peppermint mocha this evening. And if you have the la, la, la latte basket, this is the card that we're going to be doing. It's going to be a peppermint mocha latte. And then I've got, of course, a couple of other really fun recipes for you this evening. Today, we're going to be starting with Robusta blend. This is Bold Awakenings. And we're using Robusta because it's going to stand up really well to that peppermint flavor. The other reason we're going to use Robusta is it's got great flavors to pull chocolate out. So peppermint mocha is going to be coffee, chocolate, and peppermint. That's going to be our theme for the evening. Fun fact, this is a different species of coffee. If you drink Arabica beans on the daily, this is Cafe Canephora instead of Cafe Arabica. Actually has double caffeine. I have a little sticker on here. Has double the caffeine of an Arabica bean, and that makes it actually very resistant to something called leaf rust. And it's that double caffeine that makes this a much more sturdy crop, and it is not as susceptible to the leaf rust that can take down Arabica beans. Another interesting thing about Robusta is it doesn't have the same sugar content as Arabica beans, so it doesn't pick up the same flavors in the terroir or the area and the soil and the elevation and stuff where it's grown. It won't pick up all the flavors of the things that are grown around it. So we're using Robusta. Robusta is going to be super fun, and we're going to use it because it'll stand up beautifully to the coffee, chocolate, and peppermint flavors that we're doing. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and smash up a couple of baby candy canes to use as garnish. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about candy canes. They go all the way back to 1000 BCE. Ancient Egyptians actually cultivated and dried peppermint leaves, if you can believe that. This is kind of an ancient drink here. Candy canes started in 1670. Again, it was in Germany. I have notes here because I can't remember all of that. But the modern red and white flavor started in the early 1900s. So we're going to start our peppermint mocha with just regular chocolate syrup. You can use whichever chocolate syrup you like. I'm going to do a half a tablespoon. The recipe also calls for a tablespoon, but I'm using a little bit of a smaller mug than usual because I'm using our Ohio State mug. Yes, we watched the game. So we're going to do that. No other comments required. Then peppermint, I'm just using regular peppermint extract. And with the peppermint extract, it can be very strong. So you can make it as strong or as light as you want. I'm just using the pure peppermint extract. This is the McCormick. I happen to like it because it has a really good true flavor. You don't get anything artificial in the extract flavor. And I did not open this before the live. It's the only thing that's not opened. Sorry about that today. I'm just going to open it real quick so that we can keep going. So the nice thing about peppermint and mocha is it is a phenomenal base for a lot of your Christmas cookies. We did some of that last week. I'm going to use an eighth of a tablespoon, or I'm sorry, an eighth of a teaspoon. You can go up to a quarter of a teaspoon if you want, depending on how strong you like your peppermint flavor. So I went ahead and put the chocolate syrup and the peppermint there. I'm going to take my Robusta coffee. I'm just going to pour it right there on top. You can do this at home in your kitchen very quickly and easily. And I'm going to use the same spoon with the chocolate on it and just stir all that up. I can already smell the chocolate and the peppermint flavors. They smell really good together. So because I'm making a latte, I've already warmed up some milk. This is actually just regular creamer, no other flavors, although French vanilla works to pull out some of the chocolate flavors, but because of the peppermint, I'm not adding anything else to it. So I'm just going to go ahead and spin this up. If you've watched any of the other videos, you know that you can do it without the frother. You can do it with a whisk. You can do it you know, by hand if you just have a mason jar and you shake it. But for tonight, I'm just going to whip this up. I also have some whipped topping. Notice that there's the chocolate in there, which is going to make it a little bit sweet. But you can also skip the chocolate or use a bittersweet chocolate or something less sweet and get some of the sweetness out of your whipped topping. So put some foam on there. Going to add a little bit of whipped topping on it. And there we go. There it is. And then because I chopped up the candy canes, I'm going to garnish with some candy canes right here on the top. It's not the most beautiful thing on camera here, but it's going to taste delicious. I don't know if you can see the candy cane, but this is the chocolate syrup, a little bit of peppermint, and I use pure extract, nothing artificial. A couple of drops are all you need. Some Ready Whip and some Robusta blend, and that's it. You can make this in the morning. You can have it with breakfast if you like a little bit of a sweeter coffee for breakfast. And I'm actually going to have Mike try it. I'm going to make Mike taste it tonight because I way overfilled that. And as you can see, we got in the Christmas spirit. Yeah, it's good, huh? Yeah. Very thick, very rich.
That's good.
You can use whipping cream if you want to, and that's going to allow you to even have a frothier cream or topping under the whipped cream. So as always, we do an iced coffee and a cocktail. I will be doing a peppermint mocha iced coffee, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently because instead of using the chocolate syrup, I'm actually going to use hot cocoa mix. Hot cocoa mix is excellent, and the nice thing about it is if you are somewhere, can you refill that for me, please? If you are somewhere where you're going to have adults and children together, you can make it with the hot cocoa mix. You can make it for the kiddos without the coffee. Remember, Robusta has double the caffeine. And then you can go ahead and make the adult version. Thank you. So for this one, I'm going to do a couple of steps. I'm going to take my hot cocoa mix, and I'm going to add that to the coffee. But first, I'm going to make a peppermint cold foam. And the way I'm going to do that is I have heavy whipping cream, and I have milk. Actually, I had a clear, there it is. I have a clear one so I can show you. So it's 2 tablespoons of milk, a 1/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. There it is. And then you add some of the peppermint. Again, I'm just going to do an 1/8 teaspoon, but you can do more than that if you want to. The other thing is, if you like it a little sweeter, since this is not going to have any additional sugar in it at all, except for what's in the hot cocoa mix. If you do like an unsweetened hot cocoa, or you use something with a really dark chocolate, you can always add simple syrup. You can also make a peppermint syrup. And the way to do that would be to do equal parts of sugar and water, and you're going to simmer that, and you're going to add some peppermint to that. Move that over there. All right, so this is going to be our cold foam topping with the peppermint. Whip this up for you, and you're going to see how pretty it looks. I am not going to do additional whipped cream on this because this is going to make a really frothy, topping or head for it on top of the coffee. And then we'll just garnish with a candy cane. When I do the martini next, you can do that with or without whip as well. So you can see it's frothing up there pretty good. It's about double in size. It's light and airy. And again, you can smell the peppermint. It's delicious. There we go. All right, so I have that there ready to go. I'm going to fill my festive glass up with ice. And when I do the martini, I'll be showing you how to do that as well. If you don't have a shaker at home, you can always stir a martini. I think everybody knows the shaken, not stirred, so it shouldn't be too unusual. I am, because this is not a heat-safe mason jar that I usually use, I am going to put a spoon in here to protect my glass and dissipate the heat, because I am going to use the hot coffee. I'm going to take, up to you how much you want to use. I'm going to use a full tablespoon or 3 heaping teaspoons. This is a half teaspoon, so I'm going to use a little bit. And we're going to froth the coffee and the chocolate together as well. So you're going to get even more of a cool texture before we even add the frothy cold foam on top of it. So I made the cold foam. It's okay, I have a little bit of foam left in there. I'm now going to blend my hot cocoa with my Robusta coffee. It smells delicious. And again, the Robusta coffee is phenomenal to stand up to kind of these stronger flavors. I'm gonna shock that hot cocoa and coffee over the ice. Fill that up to about there. I'm then going to top it with my peppermint cold foam. And you see it gets a nice head on there. Let me move this out of the way. And then I'm just gonna garnish it with a candy cane. We don't even necessarily always have to add whipped topping. So we're just going to garnish that with a candy cane. So this here is the iced version. This one we used the chocolate syrup and melted it. This one we blended the hot cocoa and the Robusta together. And you can see how pretty that is. It's a very festive drink. You could top it with whipped cream. You could top it with some more crushed candy cane if you wanted to. It would be very easy to serve. And again, if you have multiple drinks that you're making, you can use that hot cocoa mix, and you can make some without the coffee for kiddos and some with the coffee for grown-ups. And then that way there, you're not making too many things all at once. It's very easy to do. And of course, I spilled everywhere. So next, we're going to do a really fun mocha martini with the peppermint. And this one here, we're going to get a little teeny bit fancy, but it's okay if you don't have all the barware at home. I'm going to show you how to do it so you don't need to do everything. I have here, put that there. I have here just regular saucers. This one already has some chopped candy cane on it. I'm going to take some chocolate syrup. Where did I put the, oh, of course. I'm going to take the chocolate syrup here. And I'm actually just going to pour it into the saucer. It's going to make that little well. I don't know if you can see that. But I made a well of chocolate and a well of candy canes. This here is also something you can set up and do in advance. Now, I don't have an actual martini glass. So we're going to be using basically a margarita glass. And I don't have a coupe available either. So this is what we're using. So just using my saucer at home, I can still get a beautiful rim of chocolate. And then I can add my candy cane, doing it the same way. And I can rim my glass, and you can see there the candy sticking. Now you can make these ahead and also refrigerate or chill these glasses, and it'll harden the chocolate a little bit if you want. I wanted to show you live, so I didn't do it that way. But now we're going to move this out of the way. And we're going to do some of my favorite things on the planet, which are make some beverages. So the first thing I'm going to do, oh, I need some more coffee without the hot cocoa in it. So someday I'm going to go live and have everything that I need. All right, someday I'm going to go live and I'm going to have everything I need in front of me and have to stop walking off camera. So again, I've got my Robusta. I'm using regular Smirnoff vodka. Vanilla vodka would also work really, really well with this. And I have my peppermint. And you don't have to top this with whip if you don't want to. This is also a drink that you can use a little bit of simple syrup. But I am going to use some half and half. So when I shake it, it's going to really give a nice texture to it. And it's going to look phenomenal. So I have my cup. Actually, let me do it with the coffee first. So I'm going to take my coffee. It's 2 ounces. I'm not quite going to measure it. of coffee. And where is my jigger? Where's my jigger? There it is. I'm going to add peppermint. Okay, 1/8 of a teaspoon. Again, I don't know where I put my teaspoon. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. Well, we'll eyeball it. All right, so put that in there. I'm then going to take and I'm going to add 3 ounces of vodka. So this is 1.5. So this is going to be 2 shots, 3 ounces. So there's 1. There's 2. And then, like I said, we're going to add some 1/2. I'm going to use about 1/2 of an ounce. If you have one of these, you know that they have the inside little measures. There's 1/2 ounce of 1/2. I'm going to add my ice. And we're going to shake. Alright, so I'm going to add my ice. Gonna shake in a circle, right? Circular motion there. Cool this down. Get it nice and chilled. And you can, again, go ahead and, there it is. You can go ahead and, oh, don't do this on camera. Can you open it for me? Nope, it's working now. Hang on. Nope, I need you to do it. Thank you. I pushed it down too hard. Here. You got it?
No.
All right, so again, I'm bartending at home here. Give me. Thank you. There it is. Nope, there it is. Oh my gosh. Okay, so somewhat embarrassing, but otherwise. So you can see inside the cup here, it's nice and frothy. It's got a good color. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strain it and send it. Sorry. Opened it the wrong way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to strain it. Right into the cup. And I'm not going to garnish with whipped cream. I am going to leave it as is because I added the 1/2 in there and I think it'll be sweet enough. You can always add, again, some simple syrup if you like your drinks a little sweeter. If you don't, you can do it just like we did. It was 2 ounces of, this is Robusta blend, so this is the stuff they make espresso from. It was 3 ounces of, I used regular vodka, vanilla vodka might work as well. You want to put a little bit of peppermint in there. Give it a good old shake. Make sure that you can take your cups apart while you're on camera. And then we rimmed it. Again, just at home, use 2 saucers. One with the chocolate sauce and one with crushed candy cane. And it makes a really, really pretty cocktail. So to review, we did a latte with chocolate sauce. We did the iced coffee and we did it with hot cocoa and we mixed it and blended it into the espresso and then we made that really fun peppermint cold foam. So in that instance, we didn't add any peppermint to the coffee mix. We added it to the foam. And then the third one, I don't actually have a real martini glass, so it's a margarita glass, and we made a peppermint mocha martini. As always, we love sharing these recipes with you. We have a recipe book, More Than Your Morning Cup. It also includes a peppermint mocha hot toddy recipe. That one's more whiskey based. It's very delicious. Next week, we're going to be doing a butter toffee coffee on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. And I've got a couple of really fun recipes for you then. If you have any questions, just drop them in the comments. Let me know. And the videos will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, Convoy Road Coffee Roasters. If you like these videos, please follow us, like, and subscribe because we want to keep bringing you this amazing content. So I'm at my 20 minutes. It's been wonderful mixing drinks with you and making some really fun peppermint mocha beverages. Have a great week, and if there's anything that we can do to help you along your coffee journey, please let us know. We're always here to help and serve. Take care.